Hopeless Cat. So you're new to prepping and you're looking at a few prepping channels and you quickly discover that opinions vary on food and what should be stored and what should be used, etc, etc. There is an easy answer to this and I'm going to show you it. The easy answer is buying highly expensive freeze-dried foods, including MREs, which are meals ready to eat. They will give you most of your nutrition, a lot of calories, and they can be stored in bad conditions for quite some time. So that's the easy answer. Now, the easy answer has a place, and I think that place is maybe in a bug out bag and probably in a car storage kit, if you want to choose to use that route. But day to day, MREs, meals ready to eat, freeze-dried food from Legacy, Mountain House, Thrive, which is, look at that Thrive, it seems to be a pyramid scheme, I think, are very, very, very expensive per calorie. They also rely on water a lot. MREs don't, but a lot of them rely on additional water and stuff like this to use, and a lot of them will need heating and stuff like this. But there is a methodology that I use, which I think you should use, because I think it's one, easy, two, cheap, and three, has advantages, and four, it's very, very cheap. Cheap is good. That's where it gets two. Go to the grocery store, you'll find products like this. This is a Mylar bag, made for you by the company. This will expire in February of 2019, which means that in February 2019, the food inside will be perfectly edible and fine, probably for months afterwards to years afterwards. If you eat food like this anyway, this is a great way of storing additional calories that's portable and that you can eat. This mushroom lo mein takes 1 minute to microwave and heat up. You can eat it cold. You can put it there for a few hours or an hour or so, make it body temperature. Each one of these is 390 calories per packet, which is extremely good compared to most prepper foods. This cost me, well, it's from an expensive store actually. I think this cost me like $2.20 Canadian, like $1.70 American. You can get this stuff like this a lot cheaper than that. They usually have a fairly high amount of sodium. This has got 19%. So if you're on a sodium restricted diet, be careful what you're actually taking in on sodium. But in the field, travelling from A to B, day to day, the stress of SHTF, you're going to have to work your butt off. So a little bit of extra sodium, as long as it's not too much, and this is definitely not too much, is a good thing to have. Now, I wouldn't recommend you store these in the car because I would keep these in a fairly temperature conditioned environment. But for a day-to-day long-term food stores, if you're looking to get a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks supply of food together that you could grab and put in a backpack, this stuff's great. Now bear in mind, I only buy in the vegan varieties of these because I'm vegan. This one here is 340 calories, 20 sodium. It's basically water and lentils with flavourings. This stuff's tasty. You buy a variety of these and you are laughing. What about pad thai? Sounds kind of reasonable, doesn't it? This is 500 calories for less than $2 American. This will expire, they reckon, in March of 2019, which is actually a best buy date. So this will last up to $2.20, $2.22. It's kept in good conditions. It's cheap, it's light, you don't have to add water, you don't have to heat, and if you do, it's minimal heating. And it supplies actual food. Actual food is supplied. So that's what I recommend. Oh, another variety. This one's 420 calories for the packet. Think about what you're buying. Think about what you're going to use. Don't follow prepper sites. If you're seeing Legacy Foods has a deal, think about how much that deal is. How much per calorie are you paying for what is substandard food that has far too much milk fats in it as a rule for human health, and has to be boiled and water added to it. The idea of SHTF emergency food, it should be convenient and it should be transportable. This stuff, these sort of products, is what you should be going to when you start prepping. Every home in the country, every home in your country should have a month's supply of food available. So in addition to buying specific products like that, which hopefully you'll actually use as well, and remember, if you're not on the move, you can boil up a big bowl of white rice or even brown rice, though brown rice doesn't last as long, and you can add this to it. Endless varieties of food. Think about it. Enjoy the food you eat and buy the food you're going to eat. Buy food that's healthy.